Hello, disc golf fans, and welcome back to the 2023 Killer Bees coverage by Sky Heiser Productions and the St. Louis Disc Golf Club, sponsored by Innova Disc Golf. We're back here for the back nine at Briscoe Woods, round one of the Passage. I'm Alan Hooper, here with Taylor Thomas.
And yeah, we have a good card. Zach and Prez are 4 under and 3 under par. And Drew and Phil are a little bit behind them, but I think they're going to make a comeback on this back nine here. And going into hole 10, 381-foot par 3. We're in the open now, and it was getting a little bit more windy. We have this kind of very tight green to the basket. Tall grass is painted as OB. And we have a little bit of fans here watching the drone fly over.
Yeah, this is pretty much an island hole. There is a fairway all the way to the basket, but it's pretty tight. Everybody's just going for the pin here. 381, so Prezzi's probably throwing a fairway, and he's right inside circle one.
Just a little short, putting uphill, but we have Phil throwing the same exact shot. We're going to probably see all four of them just take the stock Heiser.
Yeah, pretty stock Heiser shot for most players, but again, you have to execute, put your disc in bounds, and make a putt. Wow. And Phil trickles towards the OB. That's really close, but it looks in bounds.
Yeah, and usually this is a lot taller of grass, but with it got burnt over this winter, so a little easier to see your disc. But
yeah, when the grass is tall at the end of the summer, you can hardly even see where your disc lands on most of this green, and Zach absolutely pins it with a Firebird. Drew looking to get some birdies, get back under par here, and this looks a little yanked, but it is overstable and fights back to inside 20 feet.
Way to polish that disc up.
So I think Phil was in bounds, and this should be his birdie putt from, what, Circle's Edge?
Yeah, great putt. Yep, it was in. Gets that birdie. Starts off the back nine hot.
Looks like we might have our first star frame of the round brewing here if Prezi can make this one. And it is definitely windy, and the back nine is a lot more in the open, so we're going to see it affect these guys. But not on that putt as Andrew just drills it.
He such a weird putting style, and it still has so much pace.
Yeah, lots of pace, not a lot of spin, but usually on the pole. And Drew's gonna tap this in for birdie.
Yep, he got far all the way off that.
Yeah, he did.
OB line.
Yeah,
up the hill.
Skipped right by the OB line, but got all the way to within 15. And Zach completes the star frame. And these guys are starting off the back nine the right way.
Yep, and now onto hole 11, 300 feet uphill, playing about 420, 430. This is old hole 1. It's just a crush up a massive hill. OB on the left, and then OB a little bit, OB long.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how you could never really see the basket before, and now we got these nice new MVP portals thanks to the St. Louis Disc Golf Club, and you can kind of see it if you walk just to the right of the tee pad, but it's blind from the tee pad, so you're kind of aiming for these trees on the right, and this looks pretty good from Andrew Presnell. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I don't know what that was either.
I don't either, but it's in the circle, so
yeah,
probably a birdie. Phil probably throwing a destroyer.
Yeah, I think that's his Drew Cantrell destroyer, which is kind of funny.
Throwing the Drew Cantrell destroyer, and whoa, airs it all the way past the basket. That's a smash.
Yeah, it's very hard to get there. Like the video doesn't do this justice how far uphill this is.
I have seen people throw a B long on this one, but they're usually throwing a flex, and these guys are all just throwing Heisers. And Zach, I think that's the Firebird.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably Circle's Edge, left side. Drew trying to make it 2 in a row. And that's inside of what he wanted.
Yeah, just didn't commit to the right side as much as he needed to.
Yeah, and there is a significant enough drop off behind this basket to kind of make you nervous on the putt. OB isn't really in play on the putt unless I guess you get a crazy roll, but it's in your head for sure. And Drew just pops it up again.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been his miss today. He's just missing, just like releasing a little high over his head or something.
Yeah,
something.
And Zach's looking to make it 2 in a row as well. Just a little right, pulls it.
Phil coming back up the hill.
Yeah, that's crazy. He hit that tree in the air too. It might have saved him some footage. And pulls it as well. Not happy, but he'll make that par putt probably. And Zach's got this. This is a tester. Ooh.
Zach, I mean, he's committed on him. It's just like he's just his like releases off. He's not trying to stay like in front of him almost.
Seems almost a little nervous. I don't know. You know, Zach's been touring all over the country, but he just seems kind of like not comfortable on the putting green. But he's still making them. So, and he's been making the comebackers.
Yeah.
But that is not a hole you want to bogey. And you can tell the frustration as he gives a stroke up to the field pretty much.
Drew with his comebacker from about 25.
Ooh. That was interesting. I don't really know what happened. A lot of pace on that putt, but looked like it was pretty centered.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember exactly how the wind's blowing either. Like, I wonder if it's like blowing in a way that like push it out of the basket.
Yeah, it's definitely blowing. You can't really tell right now because there's not a lot going on. It's just open, but the wind is definitely gusty.
Yeah, I remember people coming in from after the first round saying like it was completely different when you actually like once you got out, like you're not used to putting like that.
Yeah,
and
you
it
play
was
that
like,
front nine all through the woods pretty much, and then you get up here and you're up on top of this hill and it's just blowing. And Prezi with the lone birdie.
Yeah, and on to hole 12, 362-foot par 3, straight down the hill that we just played for the most part. Big tree on the right, kind of just wind depends on like what the actual shot is for this hole.
Yeah, I mean, dealer's choice here, really. You can throw straight at it with the mid like Prezi's doing, and if that stables up, it's probably perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Camera didn't move a lot, so it's
circle's edge. This is a common play, the flex forehand over this OB tallgrass.
Yeah, it's just you have to land it very left of the basket. And there's OB behind the basket that sneaks up really quick on this forehand line if it skips hard.
Phil throwing more of a hyzer on it and comes up a little short. I feel like you do have to kind of get the disc to turn a little bit. It's a crush if you're trying to hyzer it. But Zach could probably just throw a hyzer there.
Yeah, I mean, again, you just have to make sure it's left.
Yeah,
is really the main thing.
No, but he does flex it with the Firebird. And,
I think the flex is good for what this is.
This looks good. Oh, catches that late tree. But still inside the circle, looks like.
Actually surprised to see 3 forehands on this hole.
It doesn't surprise me. I used to see a lot of people throw the big hyzer over the road, but maybe the wind wasn't really allowing for that today.
Yeah, it looks like the flag right next to the tee pad is making it look like it's right to left.
Yeah, and Drew coming up short, kind of not committed on that one, but he's still got a putt from circle 2. And this is right at the front of the park, so there is some vehicle traffic that can definitely cause a distraction. And
just little off again.
Yeah. Phil also circle 2, probably 50. Floaty bid, just a bit high. Man, he's really got that circle 2 putt dialed in.
He does. He's definitely worked on that this offseason a lot, and that's probably one of the best parts of his game right now.
And Drew misses the comebacker, so gonna have to settle for bogey. Little trickle roll on that birdie putt.
Yeah, the pine needles just kind of lets it keep rolling.
Prezi for another birdie to extend his lead. Ooh,
it's a little low. I mean,
yeah.
If I correct on the wind. I think it was like more of a headwind, so he might have been wanting that to pop up a little bit, or think it was going to. Zach got a lot closer than I thought he did off the branch as well.
Yeah, I think that was going to be pretty much parked, but yeah, it was a little wide, and he converts. Happy to get that stroke back from the last hole.
Yeah. And we have everybody tapping in for their pars and a bogey for Drew, unfortunately. And then we're on to hole 13, 555 feet, par 4, playing all the way up this hill. A new pin position that's about 250 longer with a way more narrow landing zone.
Yeah, a tough uphill par 4 that plays a lot longer than the distance would make you think. And the second shot is really tight. There's a lot of young trees and kind of a low ceiling. And being a new pin, you know, it's got to beat in a little bit before those things are not factors.
Yeah, I mean, and just this old hole, like trying to get to the basket, it's pretty much where you're trying to land, and that's no slouch either, getting all the way up there.
Yeah, that A pin is still a crush just to get there. I like this play because you're gonna finish up the hill if it flips. Well, it doesn't really flip, but that is still, wow, that's really good.
That's very good. I can't tell exactly where it is, but he's very close to the old A. He might be a little like right next to it.
I think
maybe
he's
a little farther.
I think he's just to the right of it, like putting down towards it. And Phil tries the same thing. Oh, gets a little tree action. See, I think it's good to be up on that right side.
Yeah, you can throw the hyzer over I think you have that hyzer over the road. I've only played this position once, so I don't exactly know what the second shot looks like.
I'm the same boat, but yeah, it's so new. It's hard to really know, but yeah, because that inside line's so tight. And Drew's doing this hyzer flip.
Gets through all the trees.
Is crushed. Wow, what a shot. So everybody's in position here for a birdie upshot. Zach's got the longest one. Gonna try this low. This is really low ceiling late, so he's got to keep it down. Oh no.
Yeah, he kind of had to commit to that flex to get all the way up there.
Yeah.
And trust not go like the miss is kind of left because there is OB right on the road.
Yeah.
So you definitely your body's wanting you to go left.
Yeah. And Prezzi's next. He's going hyzer around the right side, trying to get a skip, it looks like. And that's pretty good.
Yeah, he might have barely hit that tree. It might have stopped his skip to park it, but how Prez has been putting today, he's going to have that one.
Yeah, and Drew is way up here, man. That looks like a Firebird upshot. That's pretty good. And yeah, puts it to circle's edge. Maybe a little outside.
Oh, this is really unfortunate the roller got right behind this tree.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough thing to swallow, but he's still got to look, and I feel like he's got this in the bag.
Oh.
But he pulls it. There's that one big tree still on the left side. Yeah, I mean, that's a circle 2 putt.
Yeah, it was just a little too high.
Yeah.
Zach's not as far in the woods as I thought he was.
Not too bad there. Should get up and down. What was this hole playing today?
This was playing as the 6th hardest hole on the day, 0.32 strokes over par.
Makes sense. I mean, probably not a lot of birdies.
He had 4 birdies.
Yeah. Phil just a bit short. Really wanted to get that one after a pretty good tee shot. Unfortunate to be behind that tree. And Drew, this is for birdie.
And Drew is one of the 4.
Good birdie from Drew, and Prezzi to match.
Yep, Prezzi getting the birdie as well. And yep, that was 2 of our 4 birdies on the day. We had Andrew Presnell, Bob Ho, Drew Cantrell, and Kevin Free.
Zach for a good par. I mean, yeah, a little high there, but good catch by the new MVP portal. Phil tapping in his par. Kind of disappointed because definitely could have got that birdie.
Yep. And then on to hole 14, another hole that we have back that's we used to have this combined as 2 and it's now become 1 again. 562 feet, par 4, two massive trees in the middle of the fairway. You kind of have to navigate, and then almost always a blind up shot into this basket with OB about 30 to 40 feet behind the basket on a downslope.
Yeah, this is basically just a big mound of a hill that you're throwing over, but it does end up playing downhill overall, so you can really get aggressive here and try to go for big distance. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these guys have a putt.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. And just like that, I mean, he's probably 150
to
the basket downhill.
He might, if you can see it off your drive, that is a smash.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a massive advantage to be able to see the basket on this hole.
And this looks a little high out of Drew's hand, but he gets full flight and still in birdie position. I feel like you're walking up to this hole like thinking, I have to birdie this.
Yeah. As long as you get to the trees in the middle, then you should be birdieing it.
Zach looks like he leaves it early, which is probably the mistake you don't want to make. There is OB over there, but he catches that big tree in the middle.
That might have been a good tree.
That kind of absorbs any sort of miss to the left most of the time. Phil, this is low, but lasered. And yeah, just little low on the nose angle, but should still have a birdie look.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, Zach's like, he kind of pushed left of these trees, which probably is helping him a lot on this upshot. Oh, this is looking great.
Hey, guys, right home.
Yeah, and Zach knows it. He's inside 20 feet looking at a nice tap-in birdie. Phil got way over here to the right, which is kind of a good angle to approach this pin.
Oh, I thought that was yanked out of his hand. I think I was looking at the wrong tree.
Probably Devil Hawk.
Yep, probably.
Yeah, shout out Gateway Devil Hawk being super overstable. Drew Cantrell from a similar spot, maybe a little closer than Phil. And
That's looking great as well.
yeah. Oh, ooh. Scaring it a little bit, making people a little excited, but that'll just be a birdie.
Wow. Okay, yeah, this is really far.
Yeah, if you could see this basket, it's so easy from there, first of all, and you threw probably, 450 at least?
Oh, yeah. Maybe a little farther.
Yeah. So all these guys...
so hard to actually get yourself to go for that eagle putt, though, with the OB behind it, just skipping off the top.
Yeah, the OB's, just close enough. If you skip off the top, even on, a birdie putt from 30 feet, you could go OB.
Yeah.
You don't see it very often, but... So, Drew starts off the birdie with the first birdie on the card. Zach matches, and we're looking at another start frame.
Zach's just liking the high chains on these baskets.
Yeah, I mean,
he found his spot.
Yeah. I don't think he's aiming that high, but if it's in, it's in. So.
Good bird from Prez as well, and Phil to finish up the star frame, and we get it. And hole 4 was playing as the easiest hole in the day, 0.37 strokes under par.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then on to hole 15, 340 feet, par 3. Kind of trying to throw a backhand hyzer just through these gaps and aim at this tree right of the basket and just hit it and just let it skip up to the basket. Kind of playing from the parking lot a little bit, so a little bit of a gap, but not a gap that our players should have any trouble hitting.
Yeah, I mean, it's in your head, but really it should be. It's pretty wide open. You just gotta throw a nice, straight, stable disc. And Prezi, a little low, but this thing's probably overstable. That might have been a mid-range.
Yeah, it just didn't. Yeah, just a little low. If he had a little bit more high on that, I think probably would have been able to skip up the hill and give himself a better look. But he's still 60 feet looking uphill at it.
Drew looks like he's throwing a Firebird or some sort of fairway driver, and just a little bit high. So yeah, once you get out there is those kind of medium high branches on the big trees. So you kind of do have to throw like a laser and just play the skip. And Zach's gonna do that right here.
A little early.
Oh, there's those trees again.
Tree.
Yeah, I'd say it plays, I don't know, 10 to 15 feet uphill overall.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And this one's looking good. This one looks like it's low enough. Yep, and it's gonna skip.
Oh, nice,
That-
nice pull tap. That'll be a tap in birdie, and might be the might take the box with that one.
And Drew with a great upshot again.
Is Zach wearing his caddy?
Yes. I remember seeing him with this on after the round. I don't know why he did it, but he did.
That's pretty funny. A little high right on that bid, but should make the comebacker.
Yeah, and Brett, I mean, what? Yeah, about 50, 60 uphill.
Just it's kind of looked like he maybe slipped on his when he tried to step it.
Yep. Zach gets the par comebacker. And we have all the tap-ins, 2 pars and the birdie from Phil. So taking the box going into hole 16.
Yeah, I would say this isn't quite a bonus birdie, but you're not really going to see a lot of cards get 3 birdies on it, maybe 2.
Yeah, the
probably
hole
just
is
one.
averaging 2.92, so
Yeah.
just averaging par.
Yeah, good score separator. You got to earn it, and Phil definitely earned it with that tee shot, tapping the pole.
And then on to hole 16, 560-foot par 4. Kind of have a wide open shot for about 320 to 330. And just have to avoid these 2 big trees in the middle and then go into the gap. And then you have to maneuver all of these littler trees. And the basket's kind of perched on a hill on the back right side. Right side is definitely better to be on. You can get aggressive off the tee and try to punch into the woods, or you can just put yourself in a good spot right in front of them and try to find your line through there.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite holes on the course, and I would say one of the signature holes out here at Briscoe. It is a fantastic par 4. Really requires a very well-placed tee shot in order to even have any chance of getting a birdie. And Phil, this is not going to be in a good spot. Well,
He got lucky hitting that
oh my
tree,
gosh.
I think. Yeah.
That is okay. Well, yeah, he got
that
lucky.
flex line is the play. Like, I think that's the play
Yeah.
to actually punch into the gap and
Right.
like take away the first line of the trees.
Yeah,
That's like huge on this hole.
for sure. Yeah, because the second shot is like tight no matter what, no matter where you land. Even if you land in the perfect spot, it's tough.
And Perez is landing in the. That's a really good spot, actually.
Was he?
from where he was.
Was he left side?
He was
I
left
couldn't really tell.
side. I don't think he got to the wood line fully.
Yeah, that's not a bad spot at all. Yeah, if you can keep it like kind of short of the wood line in the middle, you can get aggressive on your second.
Oh, this is a
And
really
this
aggressive.
is very aggressive play, but I like it. Just kind of too late on the turn.
He just didn't got. He just needed like 2% more power, and he would have been.
You can
been
get a
through that
roller
gap.
way down there though on this hole though if you hit it right. And Zach is probably gonna smash this.
Oh, yeah, Zach.
There it is. Skip. Yep.
And the straight.
Wow.
Yeah, then so that is past 2 layers of trees,
Yeah.
which makes this hole way easier from where he is. He just had, I think he probably just has a forehand spike hyzer into the green with a Toro.
Yeah, he's probably throwing a Toro on that second shot, I would think. And yeah, that's a great drive. And these are all still serviceable, at least for par.
Yeah, Phil's kind of out of position throwing that roller.
That
That's
looked
a
good.
great idea.
It was a great idea. It looked good. Just caught the tree. I mean, it happens.
Looks like Drew did filter a little bit too left with
Yeah,
that roller.
he could still throw some crazy shot here and get there. He's probably 350, 330 from the basket.
Yeah, and he hit where you're supposed to hit that shot. That was a great
That's
shot. You have to get to
fantastic.
the right side of that fairway.
Yeah. So Prezzi's lined up pretty nicely here with this gap for the hyzer shot.
Little hyzer flip to
Laces
hyzer
it.
putter.
That is so good.
That was very,
Comes up a little short, but well played shot there. He'll have a birdie putt.
Oh, Zach's going to the. I guess. Yeah, this is a Zach play. Go the choppy forehand on the right side, not the hyzer
Yeah,
on the left.
floated in. Yeah, that's what I thought he was gonna do. Sit down. Oh, just
Great touch.
buzzing the tower. That's fantastic, and he's inside the circle for birdie.
Yeah, Phil's in a very weird spot. There's
This
like
is tricky from here.
it looks open on his left side for that backhand shot, but you have to pull it so far right.
Yeah, and he kind of.
And he
Oh, okay.
hits it perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Drew got really far up here, too.
He did. Just a bit low. Yeah, this is a pretty tough hole, I'd imagine.
Yep. This was playing as the 4th hardest hole of the day at 0.37 strokes over par. Had quite a few birdies, 7 birdies, but just a lot of bogeys and double bogeys as well as pars.
And Prezi, uncharacteristic high miss there.
Good birdie from Zach. He's definitely bounced back from the early bogey he took in the back 9.
That's a stroke back, so he's only 2 down on Presnell now.
And we have everybody else tapping in their pars going into the hole 17. Weird hole to the left. Very specific line. Everything's bending down to the left. Kind of the hyzer play is blocked just by like this clump of trees that we just went by right now. You have to push the right side, but early it just almost doesn't let you.
Yeah, it's like if you're throwing the backhand, you got to flip it up, and if there is like a nice forehand kind of fade out, pan out shot that I feel like here's Zach is gonna show us. Man, is that the Toro?
It might be. He's
insane.
Yeah, that's
wow.
Toro.
That looks familiar.
Unbelievable. Just absolutely parked.
That makes a lot more sense than throwing Firebird.
Phil's trying to match that, and I'm not sure what disc that is, but he pulls it a little bit left and gets kicked to the left, so that's going to be tricky.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about that forehand. If you yank it into the left, it just won't come out.
Yeah, so here's the backhand line, which is like very technical. It's not just a hyzer. You have to flip it up and kind of finish straight.
And then it gets into those trees. That's like kind of the filter spot right next to A.
It looked like a mid. I'm surprised, honestly. I feel like that calls for more of a fairway, but here's Drew trying to do the forehand Annie, and just looks a little high, but it is getting some turn.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple trees late, but still kind of just on the edge of the fairway. So that left side drops off quite a bit. If you get a kick way left, you can go down a pretty big hill. Phil just pulls his upshot.
Pulls it just blind branch.
Yep. So he's gonna have to settle for bogey unless he makes a crazy putt.
Yeah. And I think we have Presnell and Drew kind of in the same spot right next to A. It's just kind of like where everything ends. It's like this hole's not hard off the tee. Like it's a hard birdie, but it should be a very routine par if you could get through into those trees. So you still have a putt for it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, as long as you don't get a bad kick early. But so Phil is circle 2. He could very well can this for par. Let's see if we can get a little filthy stepper here. Just a little too much want.
Yeah, just pushes a little high right. Yeah, Prez got to the backside of these trees, which is good. Has about a 55-footer, 50-footer.
Yep.
Just a little low again.
A little low, kind of. I mean, he's 8 down.
Yeah.
And he's missed, 5 birdie putts? I mean,
yeah.
The dude is just throwing the disc so well. So Phil, still, this is a tester for bogey, but he cans it. Confident on that one.
And we finally get to Zach's shot for his birdie.
Yeah.
And she just putts with the Toro.
Yep. Just an incredible tee shot there from Zach Johnson. And pulls within 1.
Yeah. I mean, Presnell kind of slowed down on the putting green and kind of gave a couple strokes back, but Zach definitely earned some of these strokes as well. I mean, hard holes to birdie, he's got them.
Yeah, well, we've got the hardest hole in the course to birdie to finish up.
Yep. Hole 18. 480-foot par 3. This little striped wire on the right side is a Mando. You must be left of it. All of this is just sloping down into the OB. All of concrete's OB, and it's sloping down into the concrete on the left side OB. Very, very tight green at the very end. tons of trees like after you get past the Mando that you have to avoid.
Yeah, this Mando like forces you to throw some sort of like very lasered shot, and then like Taylor was saying, this all just filters down to the left. So I love this forehand play, but you have to keep it low.
Yeah.
And he does not, and flips it, and there's our first car hit
Yeah.
of the tournament.
Park in the parking lot.
But yeah, I understand where he's trying to go, but that Woods is thick. I don't know if he went too far left.
He was trying to park it, I think.
Yeah.
He kind of got a little aggressive there, but that's all right. He can still get a par, or I guess it's a par 3, so
Yeah.
he's gotta get up and down for bogey.
And it looks
Prezi
like
just throws it right into the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like this, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't really see many people actually going for this.
Yeah, I mean it's
I say that.
oh my
Oh, it was so close.
That was very close to perfect, but yeah, it's right on the edge of a high-level pro player's range, and not to mention the green basically turns into like a peninsula at the end, so if you miss right or left, you are
This is looking
finding that
very
OB road.
good.
This is smashed.
Great shot. Thank you.
Very nice, Phil McGuire. Just right under that pine tree, which is a fantastic spot. He's got like a 70-foot little pitch up.
60 to 70 feet
Yeah.
is what I was thinking, and it's so hard to run.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much OB all around it. And Drew pulls it to the right side, leaves it short. That's going to be, I wonder if he runs that.
Yeah, that's a hard one to go for.
Yep.
Especially when the putter hasn't been as confident as it normally is.
Prezi executes, and he will tap in his par for an 8-down round, which is fantastic on this new Briscoe Woods layout. So Zach has to throw this technical forehand upshot and does it very nicely.
Yeah, and very good. Like that, you had to throw a little faster just to get the flex or under those branches. It feels a little longer than 70.
Yeah, it's like, it's 70, 80 feet over there. And he just pitches up smartly. I mean, maybe that was kind of a half bid, but anything chain high there that misses is a good chance of finding the parking lot.
Yeah.
Shout out Bobby Cleavorn on the bag for Drew. A couple Team Smoking Aces members.
It looks like Drew might be running this actually.
Oh, very close. Great run.
That was a great bid to go for.
Way to keep the pace right to make sure he doesn't trickle OB and catch some chains at least. So, and Prezi just absolute solid round, bogey free, 8 down.
Yeah, I mean, hole 18 was playing as the hardest course on the day, playing .95 strokes over par.
And Zach, unfortunate way to finish with the bogey, but 6 down is pretty good, and he's definitely within striking distance for round 2.
Yeah, he's definitely there. We have Zach tied. We're gonna have Zach tied for second, so staying on lead card with Andrew.
Yeah, how many birdies on this hole today?
Zero
Makes
birdies
sense.
on hole 18. We actually only had 11 pars out of the field of 38.
Wow.
So
yeah,
playing
par-
very, very hard.
Par is great on this hole as Phil taps in his solid 2-down round. I know he was looking for more, but, wasn't quite his day. And Drew kind of having a rough putting round, but we know we'll see him on coverage again.
Yep, and going and final. We had Andrew Presnell at 8 under, Zach at 6 under, Drew at 2 over, and Phil at 2 under. Our league card for the next round, we have Andrew Presnell, Zackeriath Johnson, Danny Beauchamp tied for second, and Chris Malatesta 5 under.
Yeah, solid round from Chris to get that final lead card spot, and we can't wait to watch the back 9 at Briscoe Woods with you guys. We'll see you there.